Hello, I am Julia. Welcome to my first book YouTube video. Very exciting stuff here going on in the works. Sorry for the awful lighting and the weird noises that you might hear. That is both I am in my closet back home in Cincinnati, Ohio, and the weird noises are my windows slightly broken, so wind makes my blinds move all through the day and night, so that you might hear that, but that's fun, getting to know each other intimately. Anyways, so I had a lot of ideas of what I wanted to do for this first video, so apologies also that I'm not going to be very good at this. I'm going to be very scatterbrained, because if anyone knows me in real life and lets me talk about books in real life, I go crazy and I say everything, and obviously this will be an edited version of that, but it'll still be kind of crazy. And yes, anyways, so I decided for this book, I'm not writing a book, or am I? No, I'm not. I decided for this video that I was going to do my 5-star reads of 2021, because I originally kind of wanted to do an everything I read in 2021, because I read 102 books, which was a lot for me. The year before that, it was 49 or something like that. So that was really big for me, but getting this out here, this is probably going to be already late, so this is already going to be weird that it's going to be posted in January when I'm talking about 2021, but we're going to ignore that. Anyways, so starting off with the books, I gave 5 stars. These are kind of in order, not really of how I read them, because I'm stupid, and how I do my journaling of my books I've read is very chaotic. I don't know if you can see it, these are the books and the rankings, and I ran out of space, so there's some in the margins, there's some they're all over, so it's kind of hard to tell when I read all these books, but it's fine. They're 5 stars anyways. So the first, I don't hear anything about this book ever. I don't even know how I came across this, honestly. I think it was from a TikTok. I have no idea who TikTok. I'm so sorry. Thank you for changing my life. I love this book so much, but it is the Crush book by Tracy Wolff. It is the second book in the Crave series by Tracy Wolff, which has Crave, Crush, Covet, and then Court is coming out soon, and so is the 5th book that I forget the name of. But loved it. Literally, I like the first book. I like Crave. It's kind of more of a setup to me. I like it. I don't love it. I think I still gave it 4 stars, so still high up there, but Crush is incredible. I feel I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to give anything away, and especially because I feel this book wasn't something that I saw a lot of places. I want to give people a chance to read it for themselves, but I just thought it was amazing and beautiful and so fun. My whole family, I read this on our beach vacation this summer, and I gobbled it up. I literally ate it. I literally read it so quickly and forced my whole family to listen to me talk about it endlessly, because I only had the first 3 books and I read them in 3 days, and I was okay, but listen to this, and but you don't know, but Hudson, and blah blah blah. Also, girls who get it, girls who don't, but Hudson, I am definitely a fan of Hudson, but it's just me. Maybe it's not. I don't know. The second, controversial, I know. I actually don't have the physical copy with me. I do own the physical copy. I also read this on my beach vacation. That's why I bought the physical copy. It's up at school. But Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas. I'll give you some time to yell at me. Okay, now that that's done. This was my first Penelope Douglas that I've ever read, and did not disappoint for me. I loved it. I don't know why I loved it so much. Actually, I read it not on the beach. I read it in LA. Not that that's important to anyone, but it was important to me to get that right, so you guys know the truth. But, no, it literally, I don't even know why I loved it so much. I think I've never really read, a true, bully romance, and I wasn't expecting it to like it that much, because, that's a bit harsh but honestly, I think a lot of the stuff I loved about it was very similar to like what I love about Enemies to Lovers, and I don't think I will like every bully romance I read, but for some reason I think I just really liked Misha and Ryan's story, and I was just like, yeah, no, I'm into this. I'm into it. I don't know why. And I loved the music bits. I'm always like on the edge of when like one of the characters is like really into music or like has their own music, because sometimes it really, first of all, can really date a book, and then second off, sometimes I'm like, girl, I don't like, if it's like their own, like the character's supposed to have their own original music, I'm like, girly, I don't know what this is supposed to sound like. I don't feel like I'm really getting this, you know what I mean? But I think Penelope Douglas did a great job with this, and some of my favorite quotes from that book are like a lot of his lyrics for her, and like I think I just love the idea of like someone dedicate, like, I don't know, like being so obsessed with me. Like Misha's so obsessed with Ryan, and I think I love that. I think I'm just like in love with the idea of like someone loving what I say and growing up with me. I don't know, I just think that's so cute. And I was a fan of the epilogue, like at the end of the book too. I think that just, I'm a huge sucker for an epilogue, so like when a book has one, it already like bumps it up. Honestly, I don't know if I would still give it 5 stars like when I reread it. I haven't reread it yet, but I think also a lot of times like my star rankings are very on like when I was reading it, what I was going through when I was reading it, like how I attached to the book, like things like that. So I think that's why, like, I mean, obviously it's subjective, it's, you know. And I also, fun fact about me, I'm kind of a semi-disorganized person, so when I put them, I don't rank them until I put them in my lovely, lovely journal. So when I do rank them, it could be hours after I finish the book, days, maybe even a month, because I like doing like a bunch in a row. So sometimes I kind of forget, and sometimes it's kind of nice sometimes to have that distance though, because sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm still thinking about that book, I'm still thinking about this quote and that quote, so then I'm like, no, that deserves a higher up than I think I would have originally given it, or something, you know what I mean? But so all of my like 5 stars, I think I would put like, they could be like around, like I think this is one of them that's like could be 5 on some days, could be like a 4 on others, like depends my mood. But I was in LA, so I was having a good time. My sister just got engaged, so I was like, and I gave it a 5 because I liked it. The next one, I feel like also I've seen some flack about this on TikTok, but also I'm like, no, guys, come on. The Hating Game, the first one I have, and oh my gosh, that's so cute. I forgot. I got this for Christmas. I asked it for the, like, I read it on Kindle first, but I asked for like the physical so I could like annotate it and stuff. That's so cute. I forgot I put some stickers that my mom gave me in it, but literally this was not planned. These are some of the strawberry stickers she gave me, and I put them like to hold in the book. She also gave me other ones. Those are the only ones that fell out, but she also gave me ladybugs and bees and a Gemini magnet and a magnet that says today is a good day for a good day. Anyways, that's cute that the strawberries came out. It's a sign. Anyways, so The Hating Game, I was very hesitant. Oh, by Sally Thorne. Duh. I was very hesitant to read this, if I'm being honest, because I had bad experiences with these like cartoonish looking books, romance books, because and I'm gonna get some hate for this, but I read 2 books earlier in the year that were like the same cartoon-ish like appeal or whatever, like cover, and I hated them because of, I'm gonna call them out because I know these are kind of hot topics, but, or actually no, I'm not. You know what, I'm gonna like make you guys live in mystery and not tell you what books I don't like, because I think that's negative and I don't want a bunch of negativity on my channel. But anyways, Hating Game, absolutely loved it though. Read it, caved and read it, and I'm so glad I did. I absolutely loved it. Would I want Joshua Templeton for myself? Probably not. Actually, no, I know I would not. But would I want a man this obsessed with me? Absolutely. Do I think their love's adorable? Yes, I do. Did I watch the movie? Yes, I did. And I forced my friend to watch it with me, and she liked the movie, so now I'm probably going to force her to read it. I've been trying to get her to read it anyways, but, I think this is just, like, so cute, like, a good enemies to lovers. Sally Rooney, like, nailed it. I mean, obviously I'm not alone in loving this book, so, like, I don't know why I'm like, guys, Let me tell you this crazy book that you guys have never heard of it. But yeah, big fan. Very happy I am going to get to annotate this, because also I haven't really annotated books in a while. Ever, I mean, really. Even in high school when I was forced to, I would not do it. But I think I'm gonna have fun doing that. So anyways, let me put my strawberries back in there. Then I also don't have his copy. I do own a physical copy, but it's up at school. It's gonna be part of my Christmas present for my friend who we've not exchanged yet. Rose, if you're watching, love you. Anyways, it is The Seven let me try that again. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Also heard like such amazing things about this book, and I just kept putting it off. No, for no apparent reason. I just like, I got it off my library, like on my Kindle, and I kept just being like, oh, I'm not in the mood, like I'm reading a different book, like I'll get to it, like it kept going on. And then I finally was like, no, you know what, like I should read it, like I think this is like a good book. I had no idea of anything that this book was about. I didn't look up anything about it. I knew nothing. I knew she was an actor. That was like the only thing I knew. Kind of glad I didn't know anything about it, because I think it made it a million times better for me. But anyways, absolutely loved it. Made me cry. I was like bawling. It's so sad, but it's so beautiful, like so beautiful, and it really made me like love and cherish the people who are around me. And I don't know, I think also, if you don't know, I don't know why you would know, this is my first video, but I want to be an actor. That's like my main thing I want to do with my life. So I think also having this book that's like a perspective of someone who the character is an actor and like had this whole experience in Hollywood, and like it all takes place in there, I think I loved it. I eat those stories up, and yeah, no, it was just really interesting, and I can't sing its praises enough. This is the only Taylor Jenkins Reid book I have read. Don't worry, I'm gonna read Daisy Jones and the Six. I know, I'm getting to it. It's on my TBR. So are some of her other books, but I will get to it. But absolutely amazing, beautiful. I can't stop raving about it. And like, I think this is too, like, even if like you're like, oh, I'm not super into romance or something, or you know someone who's not super into romance, this is just like one of those books that like transcends romance, I think, and like is good for any audience. So I would recommend it to anyone. I think it's an amazing book. Next book. I also don't see like that much talk about this book or the series, but mostly this book. And that would be Redeemed by Lauren Asher. It is the fourth book in the Dirty Air series. I read the Dirty Air series as kind of a joke because my sister and her fiance are obsessed with F1. They're super into it, and they've been trying to get me to get into F1 for so long, and I was like, no, I'm okay, like I don't really want to watch that, like whatever. And then one time when I was FaceTiming my sister, she was talking about the F1 race, and I don't know what I was talking about, probably nothingness, or maybe the books I was reading, I don't know, but I got a TikTok recommendation for the Dirty Air series, and it was like a romance series about F1 racing, and I literally screenshotted it and sent it to my sister, and I was like, this is hilarious, like this is the two things we were just talking about, and I was like, we should do a book club read with it, like the two of us, not an I don't have a book club. Then I was nervous because it sounded kind of smutty, so I was like, I'll read it first, and then if I really like it, I'll recommend it to my sister, give her the warnings necessary. So I read the whole series, which I think the whole series is honestly pretty good. The first two, which are, oh my god, Throttled and Collided? Yeah, I guess. I gave those a 3.5 and a 3 out of 5. Just because I liked them, but I don't think they were as good. Now, Wrecked I gave a 4 out of 5. Honestly, loved that book too. I don't know why that book is so sad. Lauren Asher really did them dirty though, will say. But it's beautiful. And then Redeemed, I think I originally gave it a 4 out of 5, and I went back later and gave it a 5, but we're gonna ignore that because I honestly do think a lot about some of the quotes in here specifically, and like a lot of the scenes. And again, like I said, that's like when I know that I like really liked a book and like give it 5 stars. It's when I like go back and think about it. But anyways, I love this book because I mean, it has like the super cute moments of Noah and Santiago, which Noah is from the first book and is now the brother-in-law, spoiler alert, sorry, of Santiago, and the fourth book and his book. And they have like a really cute bromance, and it's really cute, especially in this book. But I also loved it because this was like one of my first like grumpy sunshines that I was like, wait, I get what people are saying about Grumpy Sunshine. I remember telling my best friend, being like, hey, Grumpy Sunshines are like in. Like, you should like read a Grumpy Sunshine. Like, it really kind of goes off. And that was because of Redeemed, because honestly, I do think this is like such a great Grumpy Sunshine book. I just like something wrong in my head makes me love a man that's like has problems going on, like needs fixing. I love a like, let me fix it, let me fix you story. I love it. I think that's a bad thing about me. We'll talk about that later to myself, but Redeemed is beautiful and such a good job of making it entertaining. Like, the love story is really cute. It has fake dating also in it, like for a second, not really that long, but great trope. It has the bromance that's beautiful, and it also like talks about F1 but not in a way that's like annoying. Honestly, this made me want to start watching the like F1 I think it's Born to Drive series on Netflix or whatever, which is how my sister got into it and stuff, which I did watch, and I did get into it. And literally for Christmas, it's right here, oh my god, please don't knock over my whole pile, my sister gave me a Lando Norris shirt because now I like F1 and like Lando Norris, so she gave me a Lando Norris shirt, and all because of Redeemed, all because of Lauren Asher forcing me to go a bit outside my comfort zone and read about some F1 drivers. So thank you, Lauren Asher. Finally, last but certainly not least, this was actually my favorite book of 2021 personally. It is Culty by Mariana Zapata. I loved this book. I ate it up. I had not read any Mariana Zapata until this year, and oh my gosh, I'm so glad I did. She is amazing. She rules my world. If she writes it, I will read it and enjoy it. She is so amazing. I think I've read a fair share of them now. My first was I read Wall of Winnipeg and Me, and then I read All Roads Lead Here. Is it Lead Here? Yes, Lead Here. And then I read Culty, and then I read To Luke Off with Love, and then I read Hands Down. So I've read 5 total, but Culty is my favorite. Literally, I think about so many of the moments in Culty so much. And before Mariana Zapata, I did not think I liked slow burns. No, I just did not like badly written slow burns. I learned, because a well-written slow burn, they're so good. It is so good. Makes me so happy. Yeah, I don't know why this one like especially was like it for me. I don't know if it's because, did I move my camera? I feel like my camera moved. Am I crazy? Well, sorry if it didn't and I changed. I think that did happen when I got the shirt. Anyways, I don't know why this one like specifically was like it for me. I don't know why it got, again, honestly, if Rainier was like in my life, I don't think I would end up with him. But you know, we gotta love it anyways. And I just like fell in love with it. It's so good. I don't know. I felt like I like was gonna have something else to say about this, but I read this when I got my booster shot for COVID vaccine, as you all should. Please all get your booster shots or get vaccinated if you've not done that, please. But anyways, when I was like kind of tired, I was reading this lifted my spirits. And also, like, if I'm not feeling that well and I love a book, come on. And it's kind of long, as all of hers are. I think it's like almost 600 pages or something, but literally so good. Yes. Also, I really like a book of, I like never buy hardcovers. Well, I never buy hardcovers really, but I never buy paperbacks of books unless I really, really like them, because I want to read them endlessly whenever I have places to go. So these three being that I caved and bought these in paperback, mean that I really liked them and that they're really good and worth your time. So those are all of my 5-star reads. I thought though that I would include just like a speed round of a couple like honorable mentions, which range anywhere from like 4 stars to like 4.25, 4.5, 4.75. I kind of go crazy with my rankings because I just do it all by hand. I don't use like Goodreads or anything. So ignore my little cheat sheet note I made for myself, but Hot House Flower by Krista and Becca Ritchie. Please. I was not expecting to like that one that much because I'm not an age gap girly, which you would not know because I just showed you Culty, which is a huge age gap. And I also just said Hot House Flower, which is also an age gap, but I love them. I have not finished the Addicted series. I know I'm going to. I just have not gotten around to finishing it yet, but I've read the first 5, and Hot House Flower was so good. I loved it. Spanish Love Deception, that was one of my last books of the entire year. So happy I read it. Was so good. Deserves all the hype. Honestly don't know why I didn't give it 5. I just think I'm sometimes picky. The Third Best Thing by Maya Hughes. This one I'm kind of, when I was going back through it and like looking at my notes, I was kind of shocked that I gave it, I don't know what I gave it, but something of the 4s. Not because I like thought it was bad. I'm just kind of shocked that I ranked it so high. I don't think I ranked any of the older Fulton U books that high. I don't know why I did this one. Anyways, yes, this is the 3rd book in the Fulton U. Yes, that's why it says 3rd in it. I'm so smart. Big fan. Not the I don't know. I think I probably gave it a 4. I don't know. What even was it? I'm trying to remember who the couple is. Dude, give me a minute. This was Burke and Jules. Also, this was the first book I think I've like ever read, at least romance book, where the main character's name is Julia. And I was like, oh my god, A. And then she never went by Julia. She only went by Jules, which like no one calls me Jules. Not that I dislike the name Jules. My sister calls me that sometimes, and sometimes my mom, but like none of my friends really call me Jules or anyone really. So I was so disappointed. And then like Julia was like only like her horrible family called her that. And I was like, oh great, cool. So finally it's like it's not really my name in this book, which is whatever, but it's like my sister's name's Hannah. She has like so many good ones. But anyways, The Love Hypothesis. I got this for Christmas. My father gave it to me. Again, don't know why I didn't give this 5 stars. I think I was again just being really picky. I read this like right after it came out though. Deserved the hype. Loved it. It's so cool. I love how this was a fan fiction first too. I grew up on fan fiction days where my after girlies at, so it's very cool to see like something that was just like a passion project come to fruition. But yeah, loved it. Gonna annotate this one too, so very exciting things. Oh, classics. I read the Off-Campus series this year, as did everyone else in quarantine, I felt like. So my 2 highest ranked, and they're tied, and I think this is kind of a hot take a little bit. The first one, obviously The Deal. Come on, like, need I say more? Again, don't really know why I didn't give these 2 5 stars. I think again I'm just being picky, and then sometimes I'm not with like Punk 57. I don't know, guys, I'm sorry. But anyways, The Deal, amazing. Garrett, come on, like so good. Also, my sister's name's Hannah, so like how dare you, my sister Hannah, have the name Hannah and get Hannah and Garrett, and I get Jules and Burke that she doesn't even go by Julia. But anyways, Um, loved it, absolutely loved it. And then this is technically the Briar U series. It's not off campus. The Deal's the best in the off campus series, undisputed. And then my favorite of the Briar U books, which I feel like this is a hot take, is The Dare. I love The Dare. No one talks about it. Why? Why? No one talks about it. I don't get why. I loved Connor. I loved Connor. I loved Taylor. I loved the whole story. You know, I do have some qualms about the book though, because Elle Kennedy just did like not close out the Briar U universe at all, and or the off-campus universe. She like did not close that bubble with this book at all. I understand that. She also like never mentioned Connor in like any other book. I think he was kind of in what, Hunter's book, what is that, the play, something like that. He was like in it for a minute, but why? For what? For what? I don't get why he's like not in anything. And then I was upset because I also read The Legacy this year, and in The Legacy there's just like a small little snippet of like they mention all the Briar U boys except for Connor. And I'm like, what is this? Like, I get he wasn't part of the group, but why? Why did she make that decision? I have no idea. I was upset when like no one else was like really interacting with them, and then nothing was closed out. I agree, with those qualms of the book, but putting that aside, if we're just looking at this as like a standalone book, I think it's absolutely amazing. I absolutely love Connor. He is like one of my favorite like book boys of the entire year, and I just loved it. And I don't think it gets enough hype, because it should, and it's so good. Read it. What else do I have? Oh, These Violent Delights, obvious, Chloe Yong, so good. I have not read Our Violent Ends. I think that's what the second book's called. I've not read it yet. I'm waiting on the library to get it. But very excited to get it. Very excited. Yes, great things. These are turning into awful. I'm not even like telling you anything about them. Anyways, I already talked about Wrecked, which is the third book in the Dirty Air series. That was also really good for me. Dune, you know, by the Frank Herbert, you know, the classic one. Obviously I read it for the movie because I'm a hoe for Timothée Chalamet, and I watched that. So I read it before that. I really liked it though. We'll probably read the second book before the movie or whatever. Literally all of the Mariana Zapata books I also read this year were at least 4 stars. 4 stars at the lowest. And again, I'll just list them off. I read The Wall of Winnipeg. I read To Luke Off With Love, All Roads Lead Here, and hands down, and then Culty, which Culty got 5, but whatever. Also, now looking at my notes, I realized I forgot another 5 stars, so we're just gonna tap it on here at the end. Oopsie, my bad. The Roommate by Rosie Gannon. I gave it 5 stars, and I think that's mostly just because I'm biased, because I love Josh. Not that this book was a bad book. I really liked this book. I honestly think it's a really good book, but I think I probably would have given it 4 stars just for like plot alone if I was not in love with Josh. I think that's fair assumption. But yeah, no, loved him, loved that book. Yeah, so these are all the books I have. Oh my god, wait, should I do a thumbnail? Is this like the thumbnail pose? Oh, I can't hold 3 books. That's really sad. Should I do like side, or maybe I should go like this so you like don't know? Okay, great. Even though there's more than that. So thank you for coming along to my first YouTube book video. I really enjoyed talking to this camera. Again, sorry for probably me being super awkward and rambly, and the bad lighting and sound, and me being in a literal closet, but thank you so much for watching. And if you have like videos of that you think I should do, or just like oh, recommend like fake dating, or like recommend like blah blah blah, I would love to do that. Me acting like I have viewers. I know it's just gonna be like my family watching this, but anyways, if you want, leave stuff in the comments. I will definitely read it, because literally thank you for watching this video, and I'm sure there's not many of you. And yeah, and I probably will make like every book I read in 2021, but tell me if you want that anyways, even though it'll be very late. I'm sure probably come out in like January, February. I don't know. We'll see. But again, thank you so much, all you beautiful people, And thank you. Bye.